What's up, Agua Caliente? Another day in the land of iSurvivor. One of you will be headed to the Edge. Mentioning the Edge, let's welcome Heather from the Edge, Taimika, Zach, Abby, and a wonderful, wonderful jury member who will be crowning, or will have a part in crowning the winner of this game, Miss Queen Ida of the jury.
Kirk, fix your face.
Ida, stop it! Okay. Kirk! Hey!
Woohoo!
So, maybe the safety of immunity will help you fix your face. You don't have to worry tonight.
I hope so. I don't know if anything will ever fix my face. I won this immunity for Ida because I know how much she was rooting for me. I did this all for her. It was absolutely 100% for all of those days I lovingly spent with her on the Edge.
Do you miss those days with her on the Edge?
You know, I don't even want to play, but there is something I miss about just being able to be petty every single day, and it can't come back to hurt you. So I do miss that pettiness, because it was a two-way street.
You guys were funny to watch out there. How does it feel to be back in this game now, and you have immunity? Like, you're not going anywhere. Do you think that you're accomplishing kind of what you set out to accomplish?
You know, whenever you win individual immunity, you feel like you got to check a little mark off a bucket list. For sure. I mean, I think anybody would be lying if they said, "Oh, I don't care that I won immunity." Some of the questions were kind of not luck-based, but I felt lucky that I got them right. But, you know, it does feel good to, for the first time in this whole fucking game, to feel okay. The first time. Some people maybe have felt that for days or weeks. So I'm living it up. I love this moment.
Enjoy it, relish in it. Sit back, watch everybody answer your questions, watch everybody else sweat. You aren't going anywhere tonight. Congratulations, Kirk.
Thank you.
Odd.
What up?
What's up with you, buddy?
I need to shave.
You look good with scruff.
Yeah, but nah.
Not your thing?
Nah, I just need to. Look at this, man. It's like a forest. Now go ahead.
You were so close to winning immunity last time. If Kirk did a little bit worse, you would have been safe tonight.
Yeah, I really appreciate you getting my hopes up. Thanks a lot.
I know. I was getting bored waiting, so I was like, what can I do just to be annoying?
Oh, guess what? Odd's winning, but two more people have to go. Oh, sorry, Odd, you lose. Thanks a lot for that.
I love you, mean it. How are you feeling tonight?
Confused as usual.
Same as every tribal council?
Oh my God. Yes, always.
Was there anything different at all?
Not really.
No?
It's just this, like, connections between everyone are so twisted that who knows what the fuck's going on. Oh, sorry. I try not to swear. It's just, but yeah. I guess it's legal here, but yeah.
In terms of like what you want to happen, like you don't have to reveal your strategy, you don't have to reveal who you're voting right now or anything like that. But do you have a preference as to what you want to happen, and do you think that is going to happen?
Yeah, I mean, I have ideas, but you know, I think at the end of the day, we all just want to be safe ourselves. Mm-hmm. Just so we can keep.
Yeah, I completely get that. If I were in the game, that would probably be my strategy. Just like whatever is going to get me another day, whatever's going to keep me here. Do you think, as the numbers dwindle, like we're heading into single digits here soon, do you think that there's going to come a point where that strategy is going to be detrimental or is going to ruin someone's game? Not saying it's going to ruin yours particularly, but do you think that strategy of whatever's going to get me to the next day is going to come back to bite somebody?
Yeah, I think especially coming up soon. I mean, there's going to be some, like, you have to have some solid connections, especially if tribes split up into small tribes, or you have to battle. You definitely have to have people you trust. You can't just say, "Oh, I hope it's not me," because that won't work. Yeah.
Thank you, Wad. Good luck tonight, bud.
Thanks.
Rocky, sort of same question as you. I mean, same question as Odd for you. Yeah. Same question as Odd for you. Do you think that anybody but me, as long as I'm safe, do you think that's going to come around and creep it up and bite someone right in the ass?
I do think it is going to bite people in the ass. I think that after the last like 2 tribals, it's been like really like scattered. So I think like everybody's strategy right now is just, you know, as long as it's not me, I don't think that, like I said, the connections are everywhere. I think some connections that started have ended. Some connections that never started probably have started. I think it's all over the place because nobody really knows what's going on. Like today was like dead quiet until probably like 7 o'clock.
And then everything was on and popping since then?
Yeah, it's just been not madness, but I guess people just trying to figure out what's going on. But the whole thing is nobody knows what's going on, so it's confusing.
So you don't think anybody knows what's going on until the votes are read tonight?
I think so. I think everybody's just hoping that certain people are on the same page, and if they're not on the same page, then you know we're fucked again.
What are you basing your vote on tonight?
Well, since the mic thing, I've been basing my vote on just basically I guess like what people are telling me. I don't think that I have any room to really like push anything or say anything. So I'm basing my vote on, I guess you can say, trust, which is a very hard
luck.
thing.
Hopefully the trust that you're instilling tonight pays off.
Thank you.
Carlos.
Hello.
So from 2 people, Odd and Rocky, we heard about connections, and there's a lot of connections in this game, connections here, connections there. Obviously having connections and friends in this game, people who have your back, is a good thing. When does it come to a point where you start thinking as an individual player like, wow, I have this connection, but they're playing a really good game?
Are you trying to say something, Sandy? No, I'm kidding.
I'm saying like,
no, yeah.
Does it concern you that if you have this connection that's playing this great game, when does it the scales start to outbalance each other? That connection threat, if that makes sense.
Yes. Of course, I think that's something that goes into my mind a lot, because in a way, like this game has been playing, like the last couple of rounds have been a lot of like shifting voting blocks. And there's only so much a voting block can get to. Like, it almost feels like voting blocks almost takes away that, like, you can only, like, it's not as secure as an alliance. Like, you know, like old school Survivor, it's in terms of like, it's this side against this side. When you have voting blocks, it's everybody thinking as an individual. So yes, there is a lot of connections, but I think at the same time, everybody is trying to, you know, keep their connections in the game for that individuality, like the individuality of the game. Like they want as many connections inside to try to stay safe. The problem is when there's so many interconnections, nobody in this game right now could say they don't have a connection, multiple connections. So it's like, it's complicated because people are going to start thinking like, he is my connection, but he's playing a good game. But at the same time, I hope that if anybody sees me as one of the connections that's playing a good game, they understand that there's like plenty of rounds to play, and that I know that I'm a walking highlighter in this game, that I've been a walking highlighter since the pre-merge. So the moment you remove this highlighter from this game, somebody else is going to become the highlighter. And you cannot, like, I think that when it comes to the final 6, final 7, final 8, you tell someone, let's get rid of Carlos, and they'll probably be stupid to say, like, let's not do it. But if Carlos is not here at the final 8 or final 7, final 6, then who are you gonna push? And are they gonna is it gonna work? You know, it's probably not gonna be as good of a push as me.
Can I say something?
Of course.
I've never heard the term walking highlighter before. I kept thinking of like a marker that was like kind of like walking.
I got a visual with that one too, right?
I'm thinking like a green one and a pink one and a yellow one, and they'll walk it together. They're like, "Hey, what's up? Let's go highlight shit." You know, sorry, I just want to lighten things up a bit. Okay, go back. Sorry.
Carlos, final question. How you feeling about your position? Do you think that you're that walking threat right now and you're on your way out the door? Or do you think, you know, you've done enough, you talk to enough people, and you have those connections, at least for right now, to make it?
I feel very concerned, if I'm being honest. I think that today was very concerning all day long. And I think that there was a lot of things playing into it. Like the immunity winner was not mentioned until like later in the afternoon. So maybe people didn't want to actually start throwing out names until later in the afternoon. But even if that was the reason, it's hard to not, like, when everybody's just quiet and not giving your name, it's hard to not think like, shit, is it me? So even if like people start giving you names after 7 o'clock or something, like that's 2 hours before tribal council. Every single round that happened in this game, things that I didn't expect to happen at tribal council expected, like happened. When Zach went home, it was the same way. It was quiet the entire day. And then right before tribal council, people were like, oh, it's Corey. When the mic vote happened, it was quiet the entire same day. And then right before it, everybody was like, oh, Lance or Abby. And then Mike happened. So I'm fully coming into this tribal council expecting the same thing, that the vote that I heard isn't going to be the vote that's going to be voted.
Thank you, Carlos. Good luck tonight. Lance. Hey.
Hello. Hi.
How are you? I'm glad to see you again in the wig already.
Yes. I had to sneak by my mother, I won the family visit this week. So my mother got to come visit camp this week. So she saw me put the wig on. I just looked at her and I go, what? And then I ran off. And here I am. I'm here.
Yeah, how was time with her? Is she back at camp right now or she left?
She is. Well, no, I think she was staying a little bit at camp. I don't think she'll be there when tribal council ends. I think the plane was leaving, I guess.
Come on. Say hi.
I'm dead at that.
She's in the other room. I don't want to. It would be too much. That would take another hour.
Mom out.
Lance, how are you feeling tonight? You've gotten votes, been a target, the past couple tribal councils, names been thrown around, and you're still here.
I'm still here.
How are you feeling?
Still here.
How are you feeling tonight?
I'm kind of exhausted in the sense of every round has kind of gone the same way for me. Like, I think Kirk was the one that mentioned that the whole game, you know, he hasn't ever felt like, okay, going in, tonight's his first night. And there's been a bunch of people that have felt safe the whole time. And then some people that one round to one round. My whole time, I've never gone into a tribal council not thinking it was not going to be me. But today was really exhausting in the sense of usually I at least get something and I got nothing. This game has taken a toll on me emotionally because I came into this thinking I was going to be this like person that was like a bitch and somebody, and I kind of am, whatever. But this person that just wasn't going to like anybody, and I was going to be okay with cutting people's throats and like stabbing in them back. And what I learned about myself this time here, and especially today, because I kind of have been thinking, I've learned that I am a nice person, and people do know that for me. And I feel bad about being kind of mean sometimes in the sense of, I don't know if people ever take me offensive, and I don't know, it's been really exhausting because I don't think orgs are for me in the sense of they take a lot of commitment and they take a lot of mental strain. And you know what I've gone through. I would never quit. I'm not quitting.
Do you think tonight is your night?
I think every night's my night, but I think this night in particular.
Why do you think every night is your night? Is it because
I've never been in the majority, you know, and that's okay. You know, this is how I came to play. You know, I wanted to make myself this like entertaining character that would be a target, and my whole strategy was, and I'm open
someone who's been
strategy.
A target, somebody who's been crowned as somebody that has no chance at winning, somebody who's been labeled that they might quit before the end, somebody that's been labeled that you're like irritating more than half the tribe or the majority of the tribe. Why do you think that target is still on you? Because I mean, at face value, those are seemingly negative things. Those aren't.
Well, I think people looked at my video, or at least I think they did, and this is the game I wanted to play. I wanted to be the GOAT that's brought to the end because I'm always going to be a target, and I don't think it backfired on me. None of that irritates, like none of that upsets me. Like I knew I was going to come.
If right now you're the GOAT and you get voted out tonight, do you think it's a mistake? Like who would it be a mistake? Like who would point out who would it be a mistake? Like would it be a mistake for Mike? Would it be a mistake for Rocky? Who would be making a mistake for their game if you went tonight? In your opinion?
I think the person that, and again, I went back and looked at all my confessionals. I really don't think I have any grasp on this game at all. And like I was like, okay, like I talked about this, I talked about that, and like I have no idea what's going on. If I had to like, and this is what my perception is, and she has a heart of gold. That one of the nicest people that I've ever met in online gaming is Derby. I think that she gets a lot of flack, even from myself. I kind of underestimated her. Not one time has she ever come to me, and not anybody has done this, but I've called her out constantly. I've done things to her that you would think, oh, she's going to vote me out. She's always come to me because I think I've opened up to a few people about the fact that I have bipolar disorder. She has been somebody that's been there in the sense of asking if I'm okay. There's been a few other people, due to other circumstances, I won't get into it, but I think Derby, I don't want her to get taken advantage of. I could be wrong. She could be in a great position. I think if she votes me out tonight, it would be a mistake because I'm with you, girl. I know that it doesn't seem like that, but I'm with you, girl. Like I said, I think that this has just been really hard for me, but I would never quit. I would never do that to you. I'm still in this, like I'm fighting. I just think today, it's been emotionally draining because I think it's partially my fault. I don't like to talk on the calls that much. People know that. I like to Roblox more because it's like you get in there, you do the one game and you're done. I think this is a different experience for me. And I think as a first game, if I ever play again, I know what I would change, and that's be more communicative with people. I feel like I'm talking in circles here. At least what are you basing your vote on? What are you basing your vote on? I'll be honest. I am going to base my vote on the person that has the best chance at winning. I'm going to pull a Xian Wang, and I'm going to vote for the person that you all need to watch out for, because if you don't get this person soon, this person's going to be crowned sole survivor.
I love that Xian Huang arc at the end of her stay.
I wanted to win immunity today. I wouldn't have like really meant it, but I would have been like, stupid people, or whatever that she did. Like I wanted to do it. I got 11 questions right. Of course, Kirk, the teacher, got it. I felt like he was going to be the one that gave me the run for my money. But my mom came in the middle of the challenge, so like I had to stop paying attention to the video at the end. So I think
you got a little distracted. But I wish you the best of luck tonight, Lance.
Thank you.
Derby. Oh yeah, of course.
So, I don't know who the person that Lance is like saying that he's gonna vote for, or that should win the game. But I just want to say to Derby, like, I know that Lance said he's with you, but didn't he just vote for you like 48 hours ago? Like, he wanted to send you home. So it's like, it's hard to believe when like he called her out at the first merge tribal council, and then 24 hours to 36 hours later, he's trying to vote her out. So it's like, it's hard to believe when like your words say one thing, but then when he comes to tribal council and vote, it's a different thing. So if he was trying to say something about me or something, like my actions and my words have always aligned with what I've said to Ashley. I don't know if his can.
You can rebuttal that, Lance. I know, I see it coming.
That's what I said. That's what I said in the sense of I've given her flack. Like we've had that. Like we talked about it. She called me. I apologize. I think I'm exhausted in the sense of like I'm done with the whole like scheming. And it makes me anxious when people come to me and like I have to own my actions. I know that's part of this game, but that's the part that is disconnecting for me. So that's why I wanted, like, I'm not being malicious tonight. I don't know.
Derby, how do you feel when Lance says, I think it would be a mistake if you voted me out tonight, do you agree or disagree? Do you think it's a little too late at this point, or?
I mean, I feel like personal and gameplay are two different things. I mean, I feel like we've been on the opposite sides of the vote. Opposite sides in this game.
And does that affect your relationship and what's going to happen tonight, you think?
It's hard. It's hard to think strategically or with your heart. And that's where I'm at right now.
So you're at a crossroads of head and heart and what's the best moving forward for you?
Yeah. Because, you know, as a person, I love you. As Lisa, I kind of hate your fucking guts. Lance, it's true.
I'm laughing right now. It's okay. Maybe I'll take the wig off for the rest of the trial.
Because I got to know the real Lance, not the character. And it hurts this time. This is one I could have avoided.
Hey, it's okay. Like I said, Sandy knows. Roblox, I'm playing Eviction Notice tonight. Roblox, baby. So, like, no hard feelings whatsoever. And, hey, I made it to the freaking merge on my first org. Corey, can you say that? No, because you cheated!
Derby, what are you basing your vote on tonight?
Let me see. Sorry, that was a guest appearance from my mother, who asks me every time if I get voted out.
I love that she's an iSurv1vor fan.
You tried to get her on Blood versus Water. But,
and she denied me. I will not forget it.
What was the question? Sorry.
What are you basing your vote on tonight? I'll let you figure that out. You still have time to figure out what you're basing it on, okay? Hey, Eric. Hey, Broden.
What's up?
How are you?
I'm okay. How are you?
Good. How was your trip? If you're still on it, I'm not sure. But how was it?
Bored. There's not much to do in a hotel room, and it's like such a tease that I'm like 2 feet away from Boston and I can't even do anything.
So was it even more annoying to be in a hotel room and then it be quiet today, according to some people?
Oh my god, I've literally been pacing like back and forth because it's like I really have no idea what's going to happen. I don't think I was in a position to really like throw people's names out. It's kind of like in the same position that Rocky was saying. It's like we've been in the minority. I'm not going to go up to somebody and say, hey, vote this way, because you know I don't have the authority to really tell someone how to vote. So it's at that point to where I'm in the bottom.
Do you feel at mercy tonight? At mercy
absolutely.
Of other people's decisions, and you are just, you know, going with the flow?
I definitely know my name's been going around, especially since I was sat out of the challenge. Like,
oh yeah, how did that make you feel? Kirk sat you out.
I mean, I woke up. I took a little nap with the intention that I was going to wake up. I'm going to be all like regenerated.
I saw that. You're like, I'm going to take a nap before this challenge.
I woke up and it was like, you're not playing. And you know, the fact that Kirk won, I feel a lot better about it because I feel like it was a good decision for him. Not saying I would have probably flopped it because memory and me just don't get along, but I can't use it against him because he did win. So, you know, if that was a move for him to potentially get him one step closer to winning the challenge, then he did exactly what he needed to do. I still don't think I would have won, but that so be it. But when you like woke up though and read that you were sitting out, did your heart drop? Did you just feel like, okay, I'm the target? Like, it's absolutely
clear.
The first thing you think about is if they don't want me anywhere near immunity, it's because they want me to be vulnerable for tribal council and they want me to go. And I absolutely love this game, and I like playing an extravagant game, which I know has really hurt me so much. If I go, it's almost going to be disappointing because if I get voted out or when I get voted out, I want it to be a blind side. I want it to be like me thinking I'm in the majority and I'm
making
gonna,
this
like,
great move, and then at the end of the night, I'm
yeah, like if I was to go this time, it's going to
You
be
see it
kind of
coming
uneventful
and-
because
yeah.
I see it coming, and I know there's a very good chance I could be going, and I know it's 100% my fault. I've been doing a couple stupid things the last couple rounds, so my goal today was really just try to.
I was just going to ask that. What went into today, other
It's
than being
literally
at the
just-
mercy of others? But what could you possibly do? What did you do?
Fixing my mistakes. I made some mistakes, and I need to realize that what I did and how I played was the complete wrong direction. So it's learning from my mistakes, talking to the people who I hurt, apologizing, kind of showing them where I would like to progress this game for the future, and start regaining trust. I don't think it's too late to start regaining trust. I know it's going to be difficult. However, it's not something I'm just going to give up on. So I need to just show people that I am somebody who people can trust, and kind of just hope for the best.
Thank you, Eric. Good luck tonight.
Thank you.
Hey, let's go with Drew. I was going to go Mike, but let's go Drew first.
Hi, baby girl.
Hey, baby girl. XOXO. How are you?
No. I'm okay.
How you feeling tonight? How's travel going so far for you?
In all honesty, my anxiety's through the roof. Obviously, I got played last round and blindsided. Yeah, I'm still here, but I got blindsided with Alex leaving.
How's this round been without her? You played the entire game side by side. How does it feel? How's iSurv1vor OK Canyon without Alex?
It's weird, really weird. I would wake up and talk to her, go to work and talk to her. After I work, talk to her. So it's really weird not having that in this game anymore. But I am here to play Drew's game. I wasn't here to play a Drew and Alex game. I was here to play a Drew game. So I now have to pick up the pieces the best that I can and do what's going to get Drew to the end. That's all I can do. Yeah, it sucks. I can't dwell on the past. I can't. I have to do what's going to get me further into this game.
Do you think her leaving has opened up your game a little bit, potentially?
I do. I think it's letting people see me as an individual and now not oh God, there's Drew and Alex. Drew's never going to do anything without Alex. I don't know what to tell him. People aren't walking on eggshells really around me as much anymore. Mm-hmm. I felt it a little better this round. People who used to walk on eggshells around me were more opened up this round, and I really appreciated that. And I do honestly think it's because Alex is not in this game. I can start thinking not to look out for me and not look out for both of us.
Just taking a count real quick. It looks like there's 5 rookies and 6 veterans left in this game. That hasn't really played a factor in any of these tribal councils, and hasn't played a factor in the strategy of this game so far. But do in your opinion, do you think that people should be considering it? Because you've only played this game once. You have people here like Eric, Carlos, Mike, Kirk. They've all just played this game many, many times. There's not even a little part of you that thinks, this is the New Bloods opportunity. Some of these people have multiple opportunities to try to win the Soul Survivor crown.
No, of course. That was the thing that ran through my mind at the beginning of the game. That was something that I was worried about, was vets versus newbies. But no tea, no shade. Kirk hasn't done very well in these games, so he's basically a rookie. Ashley hasn't done very well either. She's basically a rookie. So it's not. They're not really. Yeah, they're veterans, but they haven't done so well. So can you really call them? You could call them a veteran, but can you really? So
you're not threatened.
Not by a rookie veteran thing.
Yeah, not by a rookie veteran. But okay. Thank you, Drew. Good luck tonight, buddy.
Thanks.
Enid.
Hi.
Hi. How are you?
I'm good.
How has iSurv1vor been for you since the last tribal council and all that stuff?
I would say good, but not really. I did horrible on the last challenge. Maybe I should have not gotten so high. The challenge that fucked me up, but that's fine. I don't know. I don't know where I stand right now. I'm a little confused, but I'm just going with it like I always do.
What's confusing about this for you?
Like, for example, I don't understand why certain people, and when I say certain people, I say Lance, is coming for me. I understand. I know that you're still like a little bit salty about me mentioning your name that time. I don't know why you want to try and get me out of this game, you know? But it is what it is. I'm just going to go with it.
So are you saying that Lance has threw out your name for tonight?
Lance has been trying to get me out of this game. I know for a fact that he's mentioned my name this time around. And that's fine with me. You can do what you got to do. You know what I'm saying? You can mention anybody else's name. But you want to mention my name, I don't know if it's because you feel like the last time, you know, I threw your name out there, we spoke about that. Like, I spoke to you about that. But it is what it is.
Do you think that was a bad move on his part? I mean, there's this sort of like this, I don't know what the saying is, but there's this concept that like, if you keep on targeting the same person, and this could go for Lance too, if you keep on targeting the same person and it doesn't work, maybe you should try to change something up and target somebody else. So do you think it was smart for him to target you again, or do you think he needs to change it up?
I mean, come on, like, I came in last, like, this last challenge. So, like, why would you even want to try and get me out of here, you know?
So when there's other big threats who are clearly doing better in challenges than you in the individual phase, it doesn't make much sense, in your opinion, for you to be targeted by him.
Exactly, it doesn't.
Okay,
It doesn't.
I'm going to run to Lance really quickly. I'll come right back to you, but I just want to hear, Lance.
I'll make it quick.
Why have you been targeting Enid, or have you, and why?
Well, I threw her name out because, like I said, today it's been completely silent. I'm thinking, okay, it's probably, there's 3 people who I think it could be. Of the other 2 people, I will not vote for them, even if it means saving me, even if it means, you know, my torch getting voted out. Like, I will not vote for those 2 people. So I have to think about, okay, at the last tribal council, Enid and Odd both cast a vote for me, or the one before, or whenever. And so when I'm thinking about that, Odd, who I literally cannot get over his comedic antics, came to me this week, and I think he could tell that I was kind of upset that we hadn't really talked that much. And I think he knew his end, which was comedy. And I got to see a bunch of his TikTok videos. And so I really got to see a different side of him. I was really excited that he took the time to kind of reach out to me. And we had a chat, and it was just really good. Enid and I did chat after that last tribal council, but I will say most of our discussions, and that could be based on, you know, stuff that I've done, and that's okay. Like, I'm not saying it's all her fault. We haven't talked that much. And so when I'm thinking about who I have to vote, who I think other
Lance, you're fucking lying. Like, I talked to you, I guarantee you that I've spoken to you more than Odd has spoken to you. Like, we were on the same tribe since the beginning. Like, don't come with that bullshit. Like, I'm not even gonna take that. No, I'm not even gonna say anything. It is what it is.
Okay. Well, I'm voting for you tonight.
Good.
Enid, is it no? So you're voting for Lance, I can assume?
100%.
Mike.
100%.
So you're lucky. You're getting your question right after 2 people just reveal that they're voting for each other. Does that make you feel like a little bit more comfortable?
You know the answer. You know it. From me?
No?
Nope.
Why? Because it's either they're telling the truth and they are voting each other, or they're lying and it's a ruse and they're not voting each other. So why are you paranoid?
Or because of what happened with the Abbey vote, when there was clearly 2 names that were obviously revealed.
No, that's true. But I'm just going based off of like this ongoing back and forth that these 2 have been having, this song and dance between Enid and Lance. It's been a tribal council storyline. But I do understand the third option is always up on the table here at tribal council.
Yeah. Exactly.
Got something in my eye. So, Mike, how you feeling tonight, buddy? Other than being paranoid, fill me in.
mean, it's just there's a lot of different dynamics that's in this game. We all know, like, even since the very first couple of rounds, you would think that, oh, things are just gonna be simple, things are gonna be completely obvious. But just like the regular show, you think something's gonna happen, and then all of a sudden something else comes up, and you're thinking to yourself, shit, what the heck's gonna happen? You know, like, there's obviously two, like, I think if it wasn't for the Abby and Mike vote, well, myself, if it wasn't for that particular round, I probably would have been like, oh, it's definitely gonna be between the two, and I just have to choose between one or the other. But of course, with blindsides being possible, you're always just doing whatever you can to just be on guard to make sure it's not you, and you're doing whatever you can to reassure people why you're the best person to play in this game with other people. You know, it's a weird social.
Why are you better to play with alongside than other people?
I mean, I would just mostly say it as just like, I do whatever I can to try to, like, I do what I can to, like, I'm always there to help people out whenever, even when they feel like they're on the bottom. But on the same time, based on where my loyalties are at, I pretty much need to do whatever I can to put in faith.
I'm lost. I mean, either I'm too high for this, or you're speaking out.
You're probably too damn high for this.
No, because you're like, you said you were just talking about being there for people on the bottom, but then you're loyal. But if you're there for people on the bottom, like, who, what? I'm just so.
It's more of like one of those things where it's like.
Explain to me. What is it? One of those things.
Even if there's an obvious bottom that's there, you also want to make sure there's some type of insurance policy to make sure that something doesn't get flipped, so it turns on to you instead. So I'm just doing what I can to just hope for, pretty much expect the worst, but hope for the best in this particular circumstance. And I'm sure you're going to be asking how I'm going to vote. I'm just going to be putting faith in people based off of what people have been telling me and where the votes are going to be lying, and just have to hope for the best.
Thank you, Mr. Mike. Good luck tonight in the vote. I spoke with Lisa. I spoke with Carlos. Adam, we can talk to you, Mr. Adam. Adam has used his Express Pass to the viewers and to the jury and to the people on the edge. Adam won an auction item called the Express Pass. He used it earlier in the episode, and that gave him the opportunity to literally go to the next episode. He didn't play in Immunity. He won't be voting tonight. He's here as a spectator just like you guys. But Adam, you actually do have a voice, unlike these edgers and jurors. How are you tonight?
I'm good. I'm confused. I'm very confused.
What went into your decision to play the Express Pass?
I think for me, I realized that if I do happen to make it a few episodes further, I really think that my vote is going to be more crucial. Then also, it doesn't make sense for me to just keep a power when I do think it could hinder me, whether or not people think so or not. I've been known to play powers early just because I'm an anxious bitch. So I was just like, you know what? Like, let's just get rid of it. You know,
would there be any regrets if, let's say, your closest ally went home tonight?
Depending on who that is.
Your closest ally, like, in your opinion, like, we're not going to expose or say who your closest ally is, but if your closest ally gets their torch snuffed tonight, would there be any regret back on Agua Caliente being like, holy shit?
I think there'd be a minor regret, but also with this vote especially, and how I've kind of seen today unfold, people have not gotten their shit together in the slightest. So
I'd say you were confused. So in that regard, are you happy you used it because this is a shit show?
Oh my god, it was like 8 o'clock, and people were like, I think almost everyone messaged me, which I'm not really sure why, because I can't do shit, and I've kind of been trying to stay out of everything, just because who wants to hear from the asshole that isn't even getting a vote tonight? Who should go? So,
in your opinion, is there a right decision and is there a wrong decision tonight?
Oh, I think there's probably a few right decisions, but you know, all of us are going to end up going at some point besides 3 or 2 people. And so it's all just about timing and strategy. It's kind of like a chess game. Like whoever should go at the right time will go. I kind of try to think of everything happens for a reason. And whichever way it plays out, I'm just kind of interested to see what happens. But as far as today has gone, I mean, it's been so quiet. I mean, I'm happy I'm safe. I'm so happy.
I have no idea what's going on. This tribal council has been a little cagey, and a lot of you seem to be saying the same thing about it being the Alex word. A mess. As always, I'm going to end the question and answer ceremony with giving all of you the opportunity to say whatever it is that you need to say, want to say, before we get to the vote.
Enid, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to make you mad. Like, that wasn't my intention. I still like
I'm not mad, Lance.
Okay.
I'm not mad. You gotta do what you gotta do. It is what it is.
I'm almost out of game pieces. I don't know what to do.
All right, nobody wants to take the floor?
Yeah, Sandy, I'm going to take the floor.
Hey, Drew.
Hey, this round has been very, very uneasy to me, and I really need to see where if people are being honest with me and where their loyalties stand, so I'll be using the Royal Bluff tonight.
Okay. At the merge, Drew's target, which was...
Caitlin.
Caitlin left the game early on at the start. Ever since then, Drew was just vying and hoping he made the merge. He made the merge. He went to the saloon. He won an item called the Royal Bluff. This item allows Drew to force a public vote on 3 castaways. Drew, who's the first castaway you're exposing? Kirk. You have 5 seconds to unmute yourself and cast your vote.
I regrettably am voting for Lance.
Drew.
You bitch!
Derby.
Derby, I need you 5
Lance.
seconds. Okay, thank you.
Blindside!
And Drew, your last expose.
Carlos.
Lance.
Lisa!
All right, that is 3 votes for Lance. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There are 7 votes remaining.
Wait, so can I vote?
No, you can't. I will call you one by one in my Skype PMs. I need you to type the name of the person you are voting out. All right, I have the votes.
Maybe later, Lance. I'll save it for another time.
Yeah, because I'll still be here because, Sandy, let me go ahead and play this idol that I found on day 4. Here you go. Blindside, baby!
The votes are locked and tallied. The decision is final. If anybody is in possession of a hidden immunity idol and you want to play it, now would be the time to do so. I'll read the votes.
And no one's playing an idol for me? Fake bitches!
First vote. Enid. Lance. It's 1 vote Enid, 1 vote for Lance. Next vote. Lisa.
Unanimous!
Lance. It's 3 votes Lance, 1 vote Enid. Lance. It's 4 votes Lance. Lisa. It's 5 votes for Lance, 1 vote for Enid. The 11th person voted out of iSurvivor. 33. Lance.
No, it happened. I really thought there was a tiny bit of chance that I was going to make it. It's okay. I have had the most amazing experience for my first org, and the last tribal council, I think, was the eclipsing moment for me when I put this dress on and I danced and went crazy, and nobody had an issue with it. And you guys let me be myself, even though y'all didn't love Lisa. Y'all let me be myself, and I really appreciate about all of y'all. And there's one thing you all need to know. I was a mascot in high school. I did tumbling, I did gymnastics, I know how to do a toe touch, and I can hold a pirouette for 2 hours. So you better believe that I will be returning from the edge, and I'm gonna snatch some weaves. Oh my, this looks awful. Oh my God. I will be back, and I love each and every one of you, and I'm so ready to go party with Heather Lee Cameron on the edge. She's gonna make some good dinners. Yes! Thank you so much, Sandy. I love you guys. I can't wait for my write-up. Yay!
Lance, it has been such a pleasure hosting you.
Lance,
I know a lot of these people try to get you out. They finally did it. You impressed me. I know you impressed every single person who knows you. It's been such a wild ride. And it's not over for you. You still have that opportunity to come back and fuck shit up. Good luck, Lisa.
Great. I love you guys. Play fair, and I can't wait to be a winner if I don't come back.
Bye, Lance.
Bye.
Babe.
You're awesome, Lance.
Oh my gosh.
The
presence of Lisa. Lisa has exited the building. Feels weird, huh? Congratulations. Guys, we're the top motherfucking 10. Top 10. You are one round away from making single digits in iSurv's comeback fucking season. So good job, guys. So many people who applied wanted to play the game. Then 24 of you guys were battling it out from day one, and we've reached the top 10. Epic job. Good tribal council performance for each of you. I will see you at your next challenge.